We'll start with those knees as wide as the mat, toes together. And just reach the arms forward, relaxing the chest, relaxing the forehead down onto the floor. And just feel how the breath takes up space in the side ribs, under the armpits. Each inhale all the way full. And then feel all that extra space on the exhale. Notice if you're holding anything in the hips and see if you can relax the hips, let go of any tension. Just allow the body to rest for a few more deep breaths. So we're doing that Vinyasa flow today, allowing the breath to guide the movement. So let's get the breath nice and smooth so our movement is also encouraged to be smooth, connected. Walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Pull the left hip away. You can even interlace the left fingers over right fingers to anchor down. And then breathe in and out, stretching through the intercostals, those left rib muscles. We've got muscles surrounding the outer ribs, stretching on the inhale. Muscles surrounding the inner ribs, stretching on the exhale. And then walk the hands over to the left side. You can interlace right fingers over left fingers. Pull the right hip over to the right. Energize that right elbow. And then again, deep breaths. Feeling both the inside and outside of the ribs. Expanding, invigorating those muscle groups. And then walk the hands back forward. Hands are shoulders distance apart. Take a big inhale through the nose. Big exhale to the mouth. And then gently inhale to lift up into your tabletop. Walk the wrists back, walk the knees in. And then inhale, open the chest, drop the belly. And exhale, push your hands into the floor, tuck and curl the spine. Inhale to open. And exhale to tuck and curl, push those shoulder blades apart. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale to open. And on the next exhale, tuck and curl the toes, press back, downward facing dog, full exhale. And then on the inhale, pull forward to drop the knees, lift the chest back into your cow pose. So we're gonna exhale into down dog, open the chest, inhale, into cow. And just take a few of these at your own pace. This is a shorter down dog than usual. We'll get a deeper stretch into those hamstrings. Stretch the backs of the toes. Stretch the shoulder heads. Creating a little bit of heat in the shoulders. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale, opening the spine. Take another full cycle through. And let's meet in that short down dog. Pedal out the feet a bit, stretch and angle the hips out, adding little rolls to stretch into different angles of the hamstrings. And then push both heels equally into the mat, push the hands into the mat, add a gentle lean into the left hand, and then grab the outer left ankle with your right hand. So you can grab the outer ankle, outer shin, and you're looking under the left armpit for a little twist. Shoulder blades are away from the ears. And gently release. Right hand reaches down. press into those shoulders, and left hand grabs the outer right ankle or shin. Swivel to look under the right armpit. Flattening the back, lifting the tailbone. And slowly release. Inhale, pull forward into plank. You might have to walk the hands forward so that shoulders are on top of the wrist. And then exhale, shift it back into your full down dog, full extension. Inhale, pull forward into your plank, wide collarbone. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, forward. Hover, 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 and then slowly lower down to the belly. From here, you're gonna clasp the hands together behind you so your thumb is at the sacrum. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then straighten the arms as much as you can as you lift. Chest reaching up, toes drawing together. See if the arms can lift a little higher. And there's a tendency to look up. See if you can kind of elongate the back of the neck so it's aligned with the curve of your spine. Soft tuck of the chin. Take another deep breath here. Open the heart. Lift, lift, lift. And exhale. Release it down. Right cheek to mat. Give the hips a little wiggle side to side. Relax the shoulders. Smooth breath. Bring your head back to center. Clasp, again, awkward pinky on top this time, so you're just going to shift your fingers one over so that awkward pinky's on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades, straighten the elbows, and lift again. Toes draw together behind you. Arm extends and lifts towards the sky, but also towards the heels. Take a smooth breath. Make sure your core is engaged here. Belly button is rising up towards the spine, making sure we're not over-arcing that low back. Another deep breath. And gently release, opposite cheek to mat. Relax the shoulders. Give the hips a little wiggle side to side. And then bring your head to neutral. Hands come by the low ribs. Inhale, lift to low cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, flip to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up into the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or walk up to the top of the mat. On your inhale, lift up to your long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, full fold, relax the head. Inhale, rise all the way up. Plant the hands above you. And then exhale to melt it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, plant the hands, step those legs back into your plank, and take your vinyasa, exhaling through half push-up chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment to bend the elbows a little bit and see if you can point the elbow points towards the toes. So you're rotating at the shoulder head and then re-straighten the elbows. Keep that rotation as much as possible, protecting the head of the shoulder. Good. Feeling those armpits hollow out as you firm the ribs in. Inhale, pull forward into your plank, wide collarbone. Exhale, shift it back. Down dog. Keep that rotation in the elbows. Inhale, forward into plank. And then exhale, shift it back. Inhale, lift up into the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. This time we're going to clasp the hands, flip the palms to the sky. Interlace those fingers, pull over to the right. Take a few breaths here. Feel the rest of the spine stacking. Firm the ribs in, firm the core. Strong system in the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, little pull to the left. Get into those lats. Firm the core. Inhale, back to center. Release the arms, palms face in. Exhale, find chair pose. So in chair, we're squeezing the glutes. Spine is nice and long. You should be able to see your toes if you glance down. So make sure the knees are drawing back, the hips are drawing back. Flip your palms to face forward, and then feel the back of the hand being drawn to the wall behind you. Exhale, slide and squeeze, elbows in behind the ribs. Firm the front ribs. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, slide it in. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Strengthen through that back body. One more big squeeze. Inhale, straighten the legs, plant the hands. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, shoot the left leg back, right leg stays in front. From here, right hand comes inside the right foot. Wiggle the right foot to the edge of your mat, so you're in a wide lunge. And then from here, just take a few swirls of the hip. Good, so we're just easing that stretch into your left hip flexor, into the left psoas. You can switch directions. And then slowly make your way onto the elbows. You can let your left knee relax down. Good, you can use blocks. If it's easier, you can stay on your hands. As long as you feel a stretch in that left hip flexor. Squeeze the left glute. Smooth, steady breath. See if you can come to the outer edge of your right foot. So let that right knee splay out a bit. And then engage the right glute. Smooth, even breaths through the body. Jaws relaxed, neck relaxed. Gently press back up onto the hands. Lift the back knee up off the floor. And you're gonna push into the hands, shoot the right leg up into the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, right knee comes into the chest, shoulders over the wrist. Push into the fingertips. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, twist, right knee to left elbow across the body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, squeeze right knee up to the right shoulder. Inhale, back up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Lean into the left hand. See if you can flip the dog, planting the right foot to the floor behind you. And swivel your sternum to the sky, swivel your hips to the sky. Open the front body, open the right hip flexor. Take a deep breath. And release. Right hand back down, right leg back up. Inhale, pull forward into your plank. You can hover that right leg as you take your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Good, and if your wrist starts to feel tired, you can angle your hands out about 45 degrees so that you've got a little V with your thumb and your pointer finger pointing forward. Take a deep breath, energize your quads. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders up away from the ears. And then inhale, lift up into the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or walk up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. On your exhale, bend the knees, find chair pose again. Squeeze the glutes, draw the hips back, lift the heart. On your exhale, open twist to the right. So right arm's gonna sweep back, left arm sweeps forward. Make sure the knees are still square. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, open twist to the left. Left arm extends back, right arm forward. Nice. Inhale, rise back up. Make sure those glutes are still active. Exhale to twist right. Inhale to rise, elongate the spine. Exhale, left. Inhale up, straighten the legs, plant the hands. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, right leg shoots back, left leg stays forward. From here, left hand goes inside the left foot, wiggle the left leg out. And you can take a few of those swirls of the hip, keep the right glute active, and keep the breath full and even. Switch directions of the spiral. And then move into lizard pose. Relax the right knee down. You can lower to your elbows or stay on your hands. You can use blocks or books under the elbows. Keep right glute active. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Feel the right hip soften towards the ground as you squeeze the right glute. And then add that little press of the left knee out. Come to the outer edge of the left foot. And engage the left glute as well. Both glutes are firing. Really plugging those femur bones into the hip socket so we can stretch into those muscles. And gently inhale to press back up onto the hands. Lift the back knee up. Push into the hands, and then on the inhale, left leg's gonna lift up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over the wrist, scoop the belly up. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, twist left knee over to the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze up to your left shoulder, lift the knee high. Inhale, back up. And bend the knee, open the hip, lean into the right hand more and more until you can plant the left foot behind you. And then swivel the chest up, swivel the hips up, push into that right hand, squeeze your glutes up, reach the left arm forward. And release the left hand back down, left leg back up. Inhale to pull forward into your plank. You can hover that left leg through your vinyasa. Smooth, even breaths. Smooth, even thoughts. Inhale into your plank pose, and then exhale down to the belly. Good. From here, come up into your elbows for Sphinx pose. Fingertips are forward, lift the heart, slide those shoulder blades together behind you, and then look over the left shoulder and add a little stretch. Right collarbone and right jawbone are pulling away from each other. Breathe into that tight spot. And then switch, look over the right shoulder. And so we're swiveling around the neck, but then also pulling apart. Left jawbone and left collarbone both actively pulling away from each other. And gently come back to center. Bring the left arm parallel to the top of the mat. Bend the right knee. And then reach the right hand up and over to grab the right foot for a quad stretch. Squeeze your right hip bone to the floor. Angle that right heel to the outside of the right hip as much as possible. Take a few steady breaths. Make sure you're pushing into the left elbow to lift the chest. Elongate the neck. And gently release to switch sides. Right elbows under the right shoulder. Right arms parallel to the top of the mat. Left knee bends. Left arm reaches back. And you can go for that quad stretch. Squeeze your left glute down. Angle the left heel outside the left hip. Smooth Ujjayi breath. Soft constriction in the back of the throat. Sternum rising, shoulder blades down. And then gently release. Bring the hands back by the low ribs. On your inhale, lift to low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, flip to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up into the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And then on your exhale, bend the knees for chair pose again. Squeeze the glutes, draw the hips back. This time, draw your hands to your heart for prayer. Thumbs at the sternum. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you, lift the heart, and then take a prayer twist to the right. You're gonna get that left elbow hooked over the right knee, over the right thigh. And once you've got that hook, elongate the spine, feel your sternum reach up towards the thumbs. Make sure the left knee isn't poking forward, draw the left hip back. Keep the weight in the heels and squeeze the glutes. Lots to think about, lots to coordinate. Find that balance. Smooth breath. And then reach the arms back up. And then switch. We're going to take prayer twist to the left. Right elbow hooking over the left thigh. Good. Squeeze those glutes and lift the heart into the thumbs. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the quads aren't doing all the work. The glute is helping too. And then gently release. Reach the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump, you can take your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Always feeling free to skip vinyasas. It's just a fancy way to get back into down dog. Good. Energize those inner thighs, push into the hands. Even the fingertips are active here. And then gently inhale, pull forward into your plank pose. Let's take a moment in plank. Feel the shoulder blades slide away from the ears. Feel the sternum reach forward, the belly button rise. Inner thighs are rotated up towards the ceiling and firing. For 3, 2, 1. Gently lower to the ground. From here, bring your right arm straight out, perpendicular to the body, palm facing down. So you're making a T with that right arm. You can also bend the elbow into cactus, 90-degree angle, so that the fingertips are pointing forward. And that's going to be a deeper stretch for your chest. So we're going to roll onto the right side of the body so that your left hip bone is pointing up, right hip bone is on the ground. And we're stretching into the biceps, the deltoids, and into those pectorals. Good, so straight elbow will be a little less intense, bent elbow will be more intense. You can take the left arm up and back to help assist the stretch across the chest. Option to also go for a quad stretch if you'd like. Bend the right knee so you have a wider base, and then you can also grab the left ankle with your left hand and give yourself that quad stretch. So just an option if you still feel like you need to open those quads or hip flexors. Good, make sure you're uncomfortable but not in pain. Smooth breath. Gently release and roll back to the belly. We're going to switch sides, so now that left arm is perpendicular to the body, or you can also bend the elbow at 90 degrees. Roll onto the left side. And then again, you can either keep that right hand down. Maybe you want to reach the right arm back for a deeper stretch. Maybe you want to go for a quad stretch and grab the right ankle or foot with the right hand. If you do have that ankle grabbed, squeeze your glutes forward, angle the heel towards the outside of the hip. Make sure the right knee is not floating up, the right knee is hugging in. Smooth ocean breaths, gentle constriction in the back of the throat. And slowly release. Good. From here, we're going to do a bit of a challenge. Dhanurasana is bending both knees. Lift the chest. See if you can grab the feet with your hands. Good. And then maybe you can grab the ankles with your hands. If you can grab the ankles, make sure you're flexing the feet. Draw the knees in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then start to push your foot against the hand. And just like when we were in Cobra or any other arch pose, make sure the core is engaged, belly button's lifting. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Make sure you're not looking up, but softening the chin down. Smooth breath for 3. Strengthen the spine, 2. And 1, release the arms and legs, right cheek to mat. Take a few deep breaths here, maybe wiggling the hips side to side. Good. And then we can just roll back onto the back. Squeeze the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And then drop your knees to left, gaze to the right. Make sure right knee is stacked on top of the left knee as much as possible. Relax the shoulder, deep breath. And then slowly release to center. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left, inching that left knee on top of right knee as much as possible. Bringing out the spine. Come back to center, move into happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet or ankles or shins. Add a little rock side to side if that feels good. Add a little straightening of the legs if that feels good. And then gently release the legs. Legs out wider than the mat. Knees flop out. Shoulder blades down the back, palms face up. Getting comfortable for Shavasana. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold your breath all the way at the top of the inhale. Notice the stillness here. Sip a little more air in if you can. Hold, hold, hold. Big exhale out the mouth. And then gently press the lips together, relax the jaws. Teeth are slightly parted. Tongue is off the roof of the mouth, relaxed. And feel that relaxation spread throughout the body. You wrung out the body, worked it. Now you get to soak in the benefits of your practice. Gently begin to deepen the breath. Add some movement to your fingertips and toes. Grazing your thumb across the tips of your other 4 fingers. Just feeling some wonder and awe in that sensation. And you can reach the arms back, give your whole body a stretch. And pull the knees into the chest. Reach your right arm up and over and roll on to the right side. Use your upper arm like a pillow. The right side, inviting more energy and fire into your day. Take a deep breath here. And then gently rise up to sit. You can keep the eyes closed or your gaze softly on the floor as you bring your hands to your heart. Inhale into your tallest spine. And then exhale, release the shoulders and chin. Taking a moment to acknowledge the effort you put into this practice, the movements, the holds, the expansions, and just taking a moment to see the power you have in creating shifts and changes not only in this body, but in the body of your world, your life. Just with a little bit of that intention and effort. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out the mouth. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste.